the Super Bowl. Nearly half of all Americans tune in, according to Nielsen. Headlines dominate friends' social media posts and the actual news alike for weeks on end. It's hard to miss who grabbed that shiny silver trophy at the end of each season, especially when it is an upset, especially when it is an unexpected win, especially when an underdog comes out on top, or perhaps, in the case of Doug Peterson, we can call them an underbird. Peterson did coach the Eagles after all, and the Eagles did pull off one of the most unexpected victories of all time in the 2017-2018 NFL season. In fact, they did it more than once. They did it thrice. Yes, 3 times. The Eagles were officially the underdogs going into each of their 3 postseason playoff games. No one thought they could win. Each and every week, no one believed they could beat the team that had been pitted against them. No one gave them any chance at all, except for them, that is. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Why did no one give this team a chance, despite a winning record on the season and home field advantage in 2 of the 3 games? Well, in football, you need to know that the quarterback is king. In fact, many consider him to be the most critical player on the field. That's why quarterbacks get paid the largest salaries. They can carry a team on their shoulders or toss them away for a loss simply based on how they play. Lose your star quarterback and you may just lose the entire season. Take a look at the Green Bay Packers in the same season as an example. Heading into Week 6 of the NFL season, they had 4 wins, to just 1 loss under the prowess of their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Yet, after Rodgers broke his collarbone in that game, the team tallied up only 3 wins to a whopping 8 losses in the remainder of the season. Lose the king, and you lose the chance at getting the victory crown. Or so they say. Which is exactly what they did say about Peterson's Eagles, when their star quarterback, Carson Wentz, went down and out with a season-ending injury and still 2 games left in the year. While the Eagles had been on the pathway to the playoffs up until that time, nearly everyone, including myself, wrote them off after that. After all, how could any team make it to the Super Bowl on the arm of a backup quarterback? Not only that, but Coach Peterson had only been a head coach in the NFL for 2 years. In fact, a decade earlier, he was coaching a Christian high school team. Yes, high school. And a decade before coaching high school, well, Peterson was just a backup quarterback in the same city, Philadelphia, for the same team, Eagles. He now coached in the playoffs. And sure, while most people might assume that's actually a good thing, it wasn't in Peterson's case. This is because fans in Philadelphia hated him. They didn't want him on their team. In fact, fans hated Peterson so much that they would literally spit on him when he walked out of the tunnel and onto the field. Now, if you think getting spit on is bad, it only got worse as the games wore on. Eventually, the fans expressed their hatred for Peterson by throwing batteries at him, along with their beer. Now, whether you follow football or not, you can probably discern that for a fan to throw the overpriced beer, which is sold at the game just so he can express his emotions, well, that's saying a lot. They hated him. These were fans from Philadelphia, too. These were not the attendees from other cities. These were Eagles fans throwing batteries and beer at their own backup quarterback, Doug Peterson. That's how much they did not want him on their team. That's how much they did not want him to play. And, well, that's not normal. It's not normal for fans to do that to one of their own players, especially in a city whose very name, Philadelphia, means brotherly love. This hatred ran deep, and while I can imagine those batteries hit hard, I bet the humiliation hurt even more. It was those large ones. Those D ones, Peterson would later say when asked to recount his previous stint in Philadelphia shortly after being hired to coach the team. Not such fond memories from a city with not much brotherly love after all. But despite the beer, and despite the batteries, those large ones, those D ones, thrown at him decades earlier, Peterson had made the choice to come back to Philadelphia.